From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The heroin epidemic is getting much larger, much broader, causing much more concern. But arrests today, a dozen of them, in a whole new effort to try and stop this heroin and fentanyl death.
Hard to beat this view, hard to beat this weather. Bright and breezy. We are going to try to beat what we're seeing out there today.
Plus, we're following breaking news right now as bullets fly in Baltimore. Police confirming that multiple people have been hurt at a business park. That story does top our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. A manhunt is underway in Baltimore now after a mass shooting at an office park leaves 2 people dead and 3 others injured. This happened around 9 this morning. The sheriff's office there has identified the suspect as 37-year-old Rady Prince, and they have reason to believe that this was a work-related shooting.
This does appear to be a target attack limited to that business.
Police say the shooter is armed and dangerous and has had several prior arrests and run-ins with the law. He's believed to be driving a 2000 model black Chevy Acadia with Delaware license plates. Back here at home now, Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard is working to tackle the opioid epidemic, and it was not too long ago that he announced several arrests related to criminal activity, along with several federal indictments involving deaths and overdoses from the drugs. Rod Maloney was at that press conference for us. He joins us live now. And Rod, do we know how many arrests were made?
I'm sorry? Well, I'll tell you what, I did not hear you, Evrod, but here's the thing. The 2 gangs that were involved in this are called the Hustle Boys and the Wall Street Gorillas. They are essentially located here in Pontiac, where we are right now, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. And what has transpired here is that a dozen members of those gangs have been arrested. In fact, in less than an hour, there's going to be an arraignment at the duty court in federal court downtown in Detroit because it was a task force that made these arrests. But this is not just a bust for heroin or even heroin with fentanyl. It goes far beyond that. What we have going here is a group that has been tied to the deaths of people having used the drugs that they peddled, and that's essentially the distinction that is making this case so important. Now, we're talking a very wide swath of crime here, and in communities where you don't necessarily hear about these kinds of crimes, which is the whole point behind this epidemic as it is. We're talking Commerce, West Bloomfield, Birmingham, Fenton. We're talking Ferndale, Auburn Hills, Sterling Heights, Waterford. That's just the Oakland County part, but it was also Macomb County and also Livingston County, where all of the police agencies work together as a team with DEA, the feds, ICE, also working with other drug enforcement agencies to try and bring this whole thing together and connect the dots in an exceptionally intricate case. But let's hear from Sheriff Mike Bouchard, who spoke today about why it is that it's so important for law enforcement to get involved in this way, including other ways where he said we can't just arrest our way out of this problem.
And that is to go after profiteers of this death. And that's what today highlights. That's what today is intended for, to show this cooperation of all these different agencies that are here, and to say if you sell this death in Oakland County or in the other counties that this touched, Livingston, Macomb, and Wayne, we're coming for you.
And they did come for them. One of the things that Sheriff Bouchard did was he held up a sheet. Actually, it was 6 sheets of paper that hung from here all the way down to the floor. And he said it was a list of people, 150 strong, who have been given Narcan by police officers. And what that is, it's a drug that neutralizes the effects of heroin. And he said those are 150 people who would not have been alive today were it not for them carrying the Narcan, because they've been taking the heroin with the fentanyl in it, infinitely more powerful and debilitating than the other drugs. So what he's saying is that there's a whole range of problems here that have to be dealt with on many levels, but law enforcement does play a role, and that is it. Back to you.
So, Rod, we know that the gangs have been operating before 2013. Why the distinction today specifically?
Well, because what they're saying is that they've worked very hard and spent years, about 4 years, trying to create a case where they can actually tie the actual drug sales to the deaths of people. They won't tell us how many, but they said that it's more than a couple.
All righty. Rod Maloney reporting live for us this afternoon. Rod, thank you for the update. The man accused of sexually assaulting his girlfriend's 15-year-old daughter is in court, and the hearing will decide if there's enough evidence to take him to trial. He's 35-year-old Kevin Price, pictured here on your screen, and police say they found Price hiding in a vacant home just one street over from where this alleged attack happened. And back in September, the girl's mother told investigators that she came home early from work and found Price in bed with her daughter and stabbed him before he ended up getting away. A two-time Olympic gold medalist has been living with a pretty dark secret. You might recognize her. This is U.S. gymnast McKayla Maroney, and she's come forward and says that she too was molested by former USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University Dr. Larry Nassar. The former Michigan State University and USA Gymnastics physician was arrested last year on child pornography charges and is facing 22 counts of first-degree criminal sexual contact. Maroney went on Twitter where she posted a letter alleging that he molested her for many years and that people should know this isn't just happening in Hollywood. She says the abuse started when she was just 13 years old and it didn't end until she left the sport. Maroney says that the things that she had to do to get to the Olympics were, quote, unnecessary and disgusting. I can only imagine. A clash between co-workers leaves one woman dead, and the victim's colleague will appear in court later today to face charges. The deadly dispute was allegedly over something so simple as a Burlington Coat Factory display at their store down in Taylor. 49-year-old Sandra Waller is charged with first-degree murder. Police say that she allegedly fired the shots after an argument on Monday, killing that co-worker. Today, the father accused of unintentionally killing his 2-year-old daughter appears in court for sentencing. This is 39-year-old Anthony Williams from Ypsilanti, who previously entered a guilty plea to involuntary manslaughter after falling asleep on a couch while drunk and suffocating his infant daughter. He will be sentenced in Washtenaw County Circuit Court around 1:30 this afternoon. Some sad news to report this afternoon. Tragically, Hip frontman Gord Downie dies after a battle with cancer. According to a statement on the band's website, Downie passed away last night. Earlier this year, you might remember if you're a fan of the band, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer. The Tragically Hip formed back in 1984 and have garnered more than a dozen Juno Awards in Canada. Downie was just 53 years old. Earlier today, the Ford Motor Company issued a massive international recall. Ford F-150s built between the years 2015 and 2017, along with the 2017 Super Duty models, are being recalled because of an issue with the latch on the driver and passenger side doors. It might allow the doors to unexpectedly open while driving. Obviously, that's not convenient. And so far, no injuries have been reported, but Ford says that you should return to the dealership that you bought your car from so they can make the necessary repairs. Well, now to some confusing messages from the White House, as a chief member of the health care proposal says the president has, quote, offered encouragement to the deal. The statement came from Tennessee Republican Senator Lamar Alexander today, who said the president spoke to him on the phone supporting the health care proposal after speaking out against it on Tuesday. Today, Trump tweeted that he supports the senator but does not support the bill. And Attorney General Jeff Sessions was placed directly in the hot seat today, called before the Senate for public testimony. Today's hearing, before the Senate Judiciary Oversight Committee focused on a range of issues, including Sessions' private communications with the president pertaining to the Russia investigation, as well as the firing of James Comey and dropping the contempt of court case against Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Sessions dodged all three topics, citing concerns about executive privilege. Meanwhile, the one-year anniversary of Donald Trump's presidential victory will be celebrated here in Michigan. The president's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, will be the keynote speaker at the Macomb County Republican Unity Dinner. That is scheduled for November 8th, and it is in Warren. Well, let's switch gears a bit. Talk about the forecast. It is kind of a bright day, a breezy day at that, and it is warming up a bit. Brandon, we are hoping that at some point we'll be able to ditch the sweaters that everybody's wearing to work and school today. And, well, I don't want to say tank tops or something like that just yet, but maybe.
Well, that's what I'm throwing on right after the shift here. Absolutely. It is going to warm up, and these winds make it feel even warmer coming out of the southwest. The only area affected, in fact, Southern Ontario here just warmed up 3 degrees as I was sitting here waiting for this hit. We had 3 degrees added on to Harrow, but low and middle 60s all over the place. The winds are starting to pick up just a little bit, 10, 12 miles an hour out of the south-southwest. Not picking up too many gusts just yet, but there is an 18-mile-an-hour burst or gust every once in a while in Livingston County, St. Clair County, out toward Lansing as well. Through the mid and late afternoon, those winds will be picking up similar to yesterday. We have temps near 70, make it into the middle 70s in some of your neighborhoods, and ideal fall weather continues in the 7-day, but I am also tracking a little bit of trouble on the weekend coming up.
Oh, not the weekend. Brandon, thank you. We'll be checking in with him shortly. Still to come, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is talking about the escalating tensions on the Korean Peninsula. We'll let you hear what she has to say about that. Plus, he's breaking a silence. Ellen sat down with an interview with the Mandalay Bay security guard who came into contact with the Las Vegas shooter. You'll hear what he had to say coming up in just a little bit as well. Welcome back, everybody, as we continue to follow breaking news from Baltimore, Maryland. Some tragic news there. A manhunt is now underway after a mass shooting has left 3 people dead and 2 others hurt. Police say they received reports of shots being fired this morning around 9 a.m. The sheriff's office has identified the suspect, 37-year-old Rady Prince. Here's his photo. They do have reason to believe that this was a work-related shooting. Today, the Mandalay Bay security guard, who was the first to investigate the gunshots that left dozens of people dead in Las Vegas, well, he's breaking his silence. His name is Jesus Campo. He was the first person to come into contact with the Las Vegas gunman on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort. He sat down with Ellen on Tuesday, along with another hotel worker who showed up just moments after Jesus was shot. Jesus walked Ellen through those terrifying moments.
It was a female that came out, and I told her to go back inside. It wasn't safe. Shortly after, that's when Stephen was approaching, and I told him to stay back and get covered, and that's when more rounds were dispersed. Right.
Wow. So, and I mean, really, he saved your life, and he saved also the woman that came out of the door to go into the hallway.
Well, you can watch this entire interview. It's going to air at 3 o'clock right here on Local 4 today. Make sure you tune in for that. The FBI has been carrying out a nationwide sweep to rescue kids from a life of sex trafficking. They've teamed up with the FBI field offices from all 50 states for Operation Cross Country, as it's called. And this is added to a national initiative called Innocence Lost. So far this year, 84 children have been saved from 120 alleged traffickers. Since the initiative started in 2003, over 6,500 children have been removed and 2,500 people have been convicted for trafficking-related crimes. The FBI also cracking down now on a national epidemic of kids getting caught up in sex trafficking. They're teaming up with FBI field offices again from all 50 states to rescue those children. We do want to of course, reiterate how important that is. Today, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton spoke about the escalating tensions in the Korean Peninsula. Clinton's comments focus on both the actions of the rogue nation, but also the especially sharp relations between the U.S. government and North Korea.
With the fate of millions resting on a diplomatic resolution to the crisis with North Korea, it should go without saying that cavalier threats to start a war are dangerous and short-sighted, and also in opposition to the interests of the U.S., South Korea, Japan, or any country, including, by the way, China.
Now, Clinton also spoke about the Iran deal, saying decertifying the deal could create a nuclear threat for the U.S. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. Halloween, we know it's less than 2 weeks away. And if you're looking to up your game, your Halloween game, or if you seriously suspect paranormal activities happening near you, we've got some apps that you definitely want to check out. Brandon?
Watching some warm air down south that is slowly pulling up. So we have some warming temperatures, but as the cool air out west comes into the warm air, some showers. We'll track when to expect those coming up next.
Don't wait. Introducing.
I had a lot of fun showing this one this morning. Big Daddy 1 in Ypsilanti. How about we take a peek at some video in Ypsilanti, ending the boating season for me, says Big Daddy 1. Awesome shot there, though, and how great is it that we can get out on the lakes still over the next few days? So if it's not the end of boating season like it is for Big Daddy 1, then you can enjoy it. A little choppy out there today. Local 4 Storm Pins, a free app, a fun way to share what you're up to, and especially during stormy weather. Right now, a live look from Mount Clemens shows 63 degrees. The winds really aren't bad right now, and it'll probably be 2-3 o'clock as they start to pick up. Barometer over 30 inches. The barometric pressure is high, and that is stable weather for us. But pressure gradient, we have high pressure, low pressure. When the two get close enough together, they squeeze the winds in, and that is happening as we head through the afternoon. 70 degrees with those 10 to 25 mile-an-hour winds gusting at times 20 to 30, but we can handle it. It's just something, just so you know. 49 overnight, not quite as cool as it's been the last couple of nights. We have bright, clear skies showing up here on the satellite and radar. This little line of clouds, that's a cool front. That's an area of low pressure with some showers way up north. This is the high pressure that's helping our weather. But again, the two squeezing together, bringing in some of that cooler, or I'm sorry, windy air from the southwest. And that's why we're all in the same boat temperature-wise. The air coming over the land doesn't change much. Maybe a hint cooler in parts of southern Ontario. We're on the warm side of the jet stream for the next few days, but Sunday we have a frontal system coming in that will bring us to the chilly side. I think the showers hold off until probably dinner time, maybe even later on Sunday. Computer model, just I have nothing, bare bones here. 70-ish for the next several days, even with the cold front coming through midday tomorrow. Not going to change temperatures tomorrow. It'll bring a layer of clouds through the lunch hour, and then a degree or two cooler by Friday, but barely noticeable. Saturday, middle 70s, looks awesome. And Evrod, again, those showers will be in late Sunday, early Monday.
That's actually the perfect time for them. I'm okay with that. Brandon, thank you. So 'tis the season for Halloween, and if you've ever considered ghost hunting, well, now there's an app for that. There's ghost hunting apps that supposedly can use the sensors in your smartphone or tablet to pick up frequencies from the spirit world. And here are 3 apps on iOS and Android devices if you're daring enough to give them a try. The Ghost Hunting Tools app, it's free, and it claims to record ghostly grunts and voices. And if you're trying to do some serious spirit hunting, download Ghost Hunter M2. It's only 99 cents, and it features advanced tools. Now, if you're new to ghost hunting, then the Ghost Hunting Toolkit app is ideal and easy to use, in fact, and that one will set you back $3.99. And good luck if you believe all that. It's still to come, everybody. A brawl in the bushland. A police helicopter captures a fight between 2 kangaroos, and we have the video that you just have to see to believe when we come back. All right, so finally here at noon, Australian police captured 2 kangaroos trading blows in the night like McGregor and Mayweather.
An infrared camera attached to the police helicopter? No, I'm sorry, that was terrible. But it shows, look at that, it picks up the heat from the animals, and they are going at it. 2 males punching, kicking each other, a third kangaroo. That would be me, just like sitting around watching.
So according to National Geographic, if threatened, these kangaroos will pound the ground and their feet, and typically they're fighting over a female kangaroo.
Yeah, who can be in charge of the ladies?
I guess. Have a great day, everybody.